Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It's Monday. It's the end of the month. We made it through March. We're still alive. We're still here. It's been a rough month, guys. But this week, maybe even more brutal. So we've got Liberation Day. That's what Trump is calling April 2nd. We've got a ton of economic data. And right now, market's getting some shakeout on it. Taking a look at the hourly, guys, it's a lot of red going on here. It's been bouncing back and forth. We're watching this chart here. Really what we're doing, we're just watching this here, guys. We had this level. Matter of fact, I got a picture that I'm going to show you guys in a bit. But Friday, about right here, when we were rejecting out the quantum reactor, I said, let's watch for pull down. And I told Buck that we would likely be heading right here to $81,259.01. We got a nice double bottom there. Now we're bouncing back up. We already got one retest off of this 618. Are we going to be able to break through it? I don't know. What levels should we be watching for here? Maybe. I don't know. Question mark. Guys, we're going to be looking at all this and a lot more today, including everything you need to know about this week on the economic data side, guys. Let's do it. You know what time it is. Class is in session. Let's get it. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Let's go see who we've got here. We got the Mod Queen, Alexandra G is in here with us. We got Harp, Eric Wallen's in the house with us. Donato Cabrera, 2Dub is in the house with us. Mike Play is in here. Who else we got? We got username. Shout out to username. Ben Redden. Piper, I love you. That's what he said. I love you too, Ben Redden, man. You're good people, man. Who else? Mr. J, Trade Intuition, Bingo, Bango, T.I. Joe, Keith from Crypto Coin Mindset in here with the CJ Taylor, my brother over in Florida. What's up, bro? I think I got it. JR, can't miss JR. Mike Volmer, what's up, man? How you doing? BC Port Corp in here with us, and a lot more still trickling in here. I believe here soon we are going to have a little visit from the Otter gang. So go ahead and drop those otters in the chat, guys. They're going to be joining us here real shortly. Let's go ahead, though, and bring up the co-host of today's show, as every day, the OC guy. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Welcome back to Merritt. You're back home now. It's good to see.
Absolutely, yes. Today, not that many incidents. All playing nice and good. Let me just do the, hey, guys, remember to click that like button, because if you do, whenever you end up the show, your waffles are going to still be crispy and warm. Other than that, yeah.
Today's a special day, OC. Today's a special day. Today is the debut of Crypto Princess going live, and I have the honor of being one of her first guests. So immediately after this live stream, we're probably going to redirect right to her. Haven't seen the link yet. I'm keeping an eye out for it. But yeah, maybe redirecting right to Crypto Princess and then jumping straight out of this show, straight into her live show. So shout out to Crypto Princess. I'm sure she'll be here in the chat in a little bit talking about it, or she may not be because she may be busy setting everything up. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and let's go break in on the Bitcoin chart real fast. I just want to talk about some key levels that we're seeing over there, and then we'll jump in, get through this news. We've got a lot of events this week, guys. It's a lot of. That's what we got going on this week. So let's go jump over to the chart. Let's take a look at what we're seeing over there, guys. We are hitting, we're in a golden pocket right now. This is the range that I thought when we got our retest, OC retest rejection here on the quantum reactor on Friday. I was like, we're very likely going to be heading down to the 618 at least, very possibly could be heading to the 0.66. Yes, I know, not a Feb level. It's a GAN level, but that's okay. But right now, the level that I'm watching that we have to break is going to be $83,047.13. That is going to be the fib level that if we get a little bounce here, start watching for what we have going on here. And that is the quantum reactor and the dynamic reactor confluence levels, guys. A lot of times when we get that confluence overlay, it can be a very powerful thing. Let's go in. I want to look at this on the C. Yep. Okay, look, right here. Coming in right on the quantum reactor. Right there's the quantum reactor. That is one of the powerful algorithmic moving averages from Chart Prime. I use it all the time. You can see right here, overlaying with it. we got a volume nipple. There's a little volume nipple right there. Very pointy nipple right there, saying, watch this level. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to watch that level right there. It's coming in at about 84,112 would be the level that I would watch there. We're going to hand it over to OC here in a little bit to do a little more deep dive. I just wanted to get in on that and talk about that for a second. And then let's go ahead and let's move this over and jump in. Let's knock out the news. Let's go. Looking at the news, folks. All the news is fit to be news here. Let me adjust. I could see a little white lines. No white lines. It's not the 1970s. If you know, you know. Looking at the Into the Cryptoverse indicators today, guys, we are currently at 2.67. Is that correct? Let's give it a refresh and see. There we go. $2.67 trillion total market cap for the crypto market cap right now, guys. The trend line coming in at 3.64 trillion. Currently, we are about 26.79% undervalued based on the median of the total market cap valuation. So risk bubbles, guys. It's DCA Monday. And this morning, we pushed out all the stuff to the people and said, hey, here's your weekly DCA plan. We are at a risk band 48.6 right now, which means that we are sitting, let's go see here. Where are we at? I think it's a DCA times 3 week. It is DCA times 3 this week, guys. So we push all this out every Monday morning, not just on Bitcoin. If you're a member here on the YouTube, you get access to this. The Piper plan for DCA. But if you are one of the WAP members, our upperclassmen, we do all the altcoins over there too. So this is your DCA plan. We call it the Piper plan. So this week, guys, times 3 on the DCA for Bitcoin. Let's go check out the market dominance here for Bitcoin with stable 61.26%, including stable coins. Take those stable coins out, we're at 67.01%. Dominance on Bitcoin continuing to rise. And when you take away the stable coins, because remember, dominance can go up on Bitcoin, and if it drops, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going into altcoins. If it's going into stable coins, that means people are positioning and not buying anything. So just because you get Bitcoin dominance coming down does not mean that altcoins go up, okay? Keep that all in mind. So looking here, though, guys, right now, yeah, about 6% apart differential here from with stables to without stables. So a lot of money going in the stable coins right now. And then let's go check out our fear and greed index, see where we're at on there. Fear and greed. All right, we are currently sitting at 34, so we're still sitting in greed. We've been in greed for a while here. Our fear, I mean, still sitting in fear. We have been in fear for a while here now, so that's what we're seeing there. And let's go jump over into the crypto bubble, see how everything's looking here. Ooh, getting the hourly bounce. I like it. I like it. Bitcoin up 0.5% on the daily. It is now up 0.6% on the hourly, making some catch up there. It's at $83,199. Ethereum, $1,830. It's up 1.1% on the daily. XRP's down for the daily. Dogecoin's down for the daily. BNB. Look, Solana's up 2.1%, crushing it today. It's at 126. Look for some big movers. Toncoin's up 6.4%. Leo token's down 6.1%. Yeah, Pi Network down 7.3. That's out of the top 25, guys. Looks like Sui dropped a spot here. Shiba Inu pumped up 1, and Chainlink gained 1 spot to number 12. Overall, though, guys, markets could get a rally today. I think we get if we're going to get a pump, it's going to happen today because the markets are going to be preparing tomorrow for Liberation Day on Wednesday. So. Delicious coffee. Love it. Let's go jump over here to X marks the spot and see what we got over here today. Looks like MicroStrategies, or Strategy as they call it now, has added another 22,048 Bitcoin to its holdings for approximately $1.92 billion for an average price of $86,969 per Bitcoin. So pretty decent where we're at right now. It's a little bit below that, but not too far off. So that happened today. It's the weekly buy for old Michael Saylor. We'll talk about that one in a little bit. If Macro had a Super Bowl, guys, check it out. If the Macro had a Super Bowl, this upcoming week would be it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Macro Bowl is upon us. Tuesday, we're going to get ISM manufacturing PMI data. We'll look at what those projections are right now and what numbers to watch in a moment. Tuesday, we're going to get JOLTS job openings. Wednesday, Trump's Liberation Day, as he's calling it. That is Tariff Day. ADP non-farm payroll on Thursday. Friday is going to be the March jobs report and unemployment. And then Fed Chair Powell is also speaking immediately after that. Shout out to the Otter gang in the house, guys. Drop those otters in the chat. Always love seeing the Otter gang coming in, making some noise for them. So yeah, macro bowl this week, guys. Let's go check out what these numbers look like. Today we did have PMI. Let's refresh this because that was 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, I guess. Okay. Why did you do all of that? We did not want all of that. You are on all the countries, sir. Let's go over here. Countries. Clear. United States. Save. There we go. Looking at Chicago PMI, guys, this morning did come in. It wasn't 45.5, was consensus of 45.2, forecast of 43. PMI, this is the Chicago inflation data, right? Came in at 47.6. So that is an increase in inflation. We are seeing that come in already today. Tuesday, we're going to get ISM manufacturing PMI. And this is expected right now to be neutral to lower. We'll see. JOLTS job openings, though, guys, we were at 7.74 million last month. They are now expecting that this is going to be lower. So this is a drop in jobs. Lowering jobs, rising inflation. That's called stagflation, and that's what they're watching. We're also going to get the ISM manufacturing employment, expected to be down. So not good, right? Bad data, bad data. Wednesday, we're going to get Trump's Liberation Day, okay? Plus, we're going to get ADP employment change. It's one, this one's the funny one. Check this out. 77,000 for March, right? Sir, come back. 77,000 for March. Consensus, higher, 105. Forecast, lower, 60. Flip a coin on that one, guys. We'll have to wait and see what comes in on that. It looks like factory orders for month over month was at 1.7%, down to 0.5, or forecasted to be 0.3, lower. Slowdown of manufacturing and creation, production, right? Thursday, we're going to get into initial jobless claims. Expected to be higher. Was it 224? Expected to be 225, 226. Okay. Imports, exports, balance of trade. Expected to be in the negative still on the imports versus exports. Give it or take it. Nothing big to see there, in my opinion, in comparison to the job data. Friday, unemployment rate was at 4.1, expected to be 4.2 now on the consensus in the forecast. Plus, we're going to get non-farm payrolls. Was at 151, expected to be way down on the forecast, 80,000, consensus at 128. Okay. It looks like that is bad data. Look, average hourly earnings year over year, 4%. They do have it at neutral on the forecast, but consensus is coming in at 3.9, meaning less wages, more unemployment, higher inflation on top of tariffs. Guys, that is the narrative this week, and we have got to hang on tight for what could happen in the markets this week. It could be a very, very, very volatile thing. Shout out to Eric Wallen gifting one Piper Academy membership. You just gave somebody the keys to the Bitcoin DCA Piper plan, dude. And I hope they appreciate that. Crypto Pete, you are now a member, man. Welcome to the alumni. But yeah, guys, bad data all week. Bad data all week, and this is the week that we could be expecting to see some pullbacks. Now, will it be straight down? Absolutely not. I want to bring this one up and show you guys this. I'm actually going to bring this up with OC. Let's go over there. OC, come on up. Are you eating? Did I catch you eating? Dang it. Let's bring this up here and let's talk about this, because it's not a straight move, guys. It doesn't just take off and go and down, period. Okay. This is 2008 on the daily chart for the S&P 500. Okay. And we can go back here, starting back here in like July of 2007. Okay. We get this BNP halts redemptions on 2 investment funds. Okay. We had the Bear Stearns bankruptcy filing, comes down, comes all the way back up, makes a new high. Okay. After the Fed says downside risk growth has increased. Okay. It comes back up. And then we start going in. We get a peak. Fed reduces its Fed funds rate, drops down, comes back up, lower high. That is another 25 basis point rate cut. Drops down again, comes up high, comes in. Fed reduces its Fed funds rate target by 75 basis points. Everyone starts to get super bullish. This creates the bull trap right here in this area. Okay. We're now in April, May, more than May, June time period here of 2008. We then get a massive dump here off the ANB financial bankruptcy. Now, mind you, we're not getting all the bankruptcies that we had in '08, but we are still getting impacting economic data. And I just want to show you the timeline, not the actual events. This took from the time that all this started to happen here, July 2008. We still set a higher high in that time period. And we ultimately ended up almost 50% down. Actually, it was a little over 50% downside on the S&P all the way out in like March of 2009. So this took place over a period of just under 2 years. And created a lot of opportunities for people to buy the dips, if you will. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, right? And it just kept making higher lows. Guys, you really want to see where that change comes in, and you either get this V-shaped bounce and you start to find support with higher lows, higher lows, higher lows before you start to get in heavily, okay? Because as you've seen here, we had a bull trap. We had this peak here where everyone's started to get bullish, and they're like, yeah, this is a higher high, but it wasn't really overall when you came in and it started to do this and created a lower low. If you were in this, that would have been the chance to go, you know what, I'm cutting off my buy on the dip. I want to see what happens. Oh, we didn't break it, comes in lower. Bear trap, right? Bull trap, I mean, you get caught there, makes another lower low. So over time, it really does happen in a very slow bleed off. And I want you guys to be aware of that when we get this data this week. If we do get a rally out of it, it doesn't mean the bull market is back on. I was actually going to come on today and do a satire intro about Japan doing some bullish stuff. And I don't know if you guys saw that or not yesterday, but I think BC Port Corp actually talked about it this morning, actually, which was pretty cool. But what he talked about here was, let me go find this article. BC Port Court talked about it this morning. Username sent me this yesterday, and it is this article on Japan. It says, it is this article here. Let's go over here. So it says, Japan to legally classify Bitcoin and crypto as financial products. Okay. What's funny is I was like, now who's going to stop me? We were talking about the bullish news, guys. And then what happens? Sam Price says that it's bullish. I was like, come on, Sam, lifer, what are you thinking, man? Because this is the type of mentality that takes place in the space. You get an article that, yeah, sure, it's a little bit bullish. But is it really, bullish enough to change the market, sway the markets long term? Sure, it's bullish, but I don't think that overall it's going to do anything for now. But that is enough to give some people a little bit of hopium. So, OC, what are you seeing on that 4-hour Bitcoin chart? Let's go jump over to that, and then we'll come back and talk about this article that I'm watching here on U.S. recession is now estimated at a 40% likelihood for 2025. Let's go look at the chart, then let's go talk about that.
Absolutely. Just wanted to point out something really quickly. And this is the 2021 chart. Looking very close, very similar, especially this part in here when we start having the rounded top to S&P 500 chart that you were talking about, right? So basically, we have that rounded top, the same kind of like a movement here. In that case, we did have a little bit of a higher high. And then bloop, we just went into recession on Bitcoin, right? Or to the bearish cycle. Jumping into right now, what we're seeing, this is basically where we left out, right? So let me zoom in because we did a little bit of a step-by-step analysis on Bitcoin for the weekend, right? Basically, we were pointing out that this low in the bottom of the liquidity area. In fact, I marked where the liquidity area, I think, was playing out between this week and this other weeks. And then I told you guys, well, then we could be having a bullish pattern here, but we need to see, or we need at least to hold the the trend line in here. If we don't hold that trend line or the dynamic reactor, along with the bearish news that we might be having or bearish numbers, well, then most likely we're going to come to take this liquidity. So basically, it happened precisely what we were expecting, almost to the point. Look at that. I mean, I was expecting maybe drifted a little bit below, which is fine. But other than that, played out fantastically, breakout, retest, and then further continuation downwards. What is up next for Bitcoin? Well, then I do think that we need to put in here a higher low, right? Why do I say that? Because at this point we already have grabbed this liquidity. If we don't have any other bearish news, I think we could be just ranging for a little bit and then aiming to get where the next big liquidity area is at, which is at somewhere around 93,055 ish zones, right? So that will also be in line with what I believe it could be happening, which is longer ranges, right, or bigger ranges for both the bullish and the bearish market. Basically, right now the market cap is masquerading the actual cycle. Therefore, again, we could be going to this area to then be rejected, right, and then find a 67-ish area. Nonetheless, right away, I do see a little bit of a bouncing here, at least going to the dynamic reactor. Be careful. This might change very quick, especially because we are below the zero line on our oscillator, and also we are below the dynamic reactor. We are bearish, guys. We're still bearish despite this little itty bitty tiny piece that got bullish. We are still bearish. And usually when we're breaking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on our oscillator, that actually means that we are ranging and we could be doing a hedging strategy. So for the sake of that strategy, let's go and take a look at cleaner chart. Oh, by the way, this is what basically a copy of 2021 cycle, and we're on it, like almost to the candle. Look at that. So let me just bring up there we go, a bigger chart or cleaner chart. Let me just clean this up. Perfect. And then as you can see, we are also moving on what we were expecting. Let me just build up the range that I think we could be trading. So this is going to be the inner range to put in here a higher low. And then this is going to be the outer range. There we go, that we could be trading in. So I just want to tell you guys that if we are in a range and we are going to be looking for that range, remember that we could have a slightly tilted range. And remember what we learned on Trading with OC, how to figure that out. So far, seems like we're going to be having a slightly upwards tilted range because of this played out action here. But other than that, be careful because this could change very quickly, especially if we have a bearish news sticking to us, like to create like a black swan, right? That will basically consolidate the bearish market. But I still have a little bit of hopium in where we can maybe get a double top or put on some high in here and then coming back down. But guys, we are too far away to put that high, right? I don't want to give you fake hopes, but so far, as long as we don't lose the 79 area, I think we're still okay, and we could still have that chance that maybe somewhere around I don't know, May, June, we might have the next run to the upside, basically a clone of previous cycle.
Yep, I agree. Matter of fact, one of the things that I'm watching, OC, is this here. I'm watching this level up here. We have a massive liquidity zone here on the heat map that I'm watching, up around the 88,600 to up to $90,000 range. There's about $2 billion in liquidation level sitting right here above this previous wick zone. So if we take a look at this on the regular chart over here, guys, where we are right now, this is a weekly chart. Let me go to the daily. Go to the daily, sir. Thanks. This would be what we just talked about on that other chart in 2008, that bull trap, right? I think that if we do go up to clean that out, looking at that zone, that would be somewhere right here. Oh yeah, I got it marked. That's my alert right there, about 90,000. That would just be a back up in here to the daily zone, rejection off, because a lot of times during this dynamic reactor time period, this dynamic reactor will come down, and a lot of times we'll come up and reject off of it, go even lower, and continue to retest that over and over and over during the cycle. So I would not be surprised to see us come up to about that $90,000 range. do a liquidity sweep of this previous peak, get everybody all bullish and everything, FOMO them out, and then send it back down even lower, creating a double top right in there in that zone. So looking at that heat map, guys, couple $1 billion there for market makers to move to that area. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's go check out this article real fast. I want to talk. First, let me show you the longs versus shorts that we're seeing right now. Right now, there is 65.6% longs in the market. Let's get that here. There we go. 34.33% of shorts. So right now, everyone is voting more long than short on the markets. The actual accounts that are long versus short, sitting about 65, almost 66% versus 34%. So that's something to keep an eye on. So I do think that we might get a little hopium pump up to that level. But guys, if we do, remember, there's a quantum reactor there in the daily, and a dynamic reactor could very easily be the confluence area for more downside move. Let's go check out this article here, OC. Chance of recession. U.S. recession, 40% likely in 2025. What it means for crypto. Coin Bureau founder Nick Puckrin said he expects 225 basis point rate cuts from the Federal Reserve in 2025 and no quantitative easing. So let's get down here, take a look. Oh, get out of here, sir. Go. Thank you. The United States has a 40% chance of a recession in 2025 amid the potential for a protracted trade war and macroeconomic uncertainty, according to the market analyst and the Coin Bureau founder, Nick Puckrin. In an interview with Cointelegraph, the analyst said that while a recession is not probable, a recession and the current macroeconomic uncertainty will create an environment where risk on assets like cryptocurrency suffer. Guys, I put a post out on X yesterday talking about the how Bitcoin performs in relation to the S&P. And there was some interesting numbers there. 2008, S&P dropped approximately like 53% in that ballpark, okay? 50+%. How about that? In 2020, the S&P dropped about 33%. Bitcoin dropped about 67. So if we take a look at what the potential drop is in a hard recession environment, we have to assume that 50% is a possibility, maybe 40%, right? From its all-time high, not from the current levels. I want to clarify that. If Bitcoin is to drop double of what the S&P can drop, and we had a 40% dump in a recession on S&P, that would be more like an 80% drop from the top for Bitcoin. And so when he talks about it would be a bad environment for risk on assets like cryptocurrencies that they would suffer, yes, they would. I am of the mindset that they would, according to historical data, we only have one data point to really make that assessment on. But the analysis of it would be that we would probably see a typical crypto winter in a recessionary environment, which might be a little front ran to what we normally see in a crypto winter. So big buying opportunity. Crisis for sure, but big buying opportunity. Trump and his advisors have said they have not completely dismissed the recession, which means it is definitely possible. But right now, I would not say it's probable, but the odds have climbed a lot. Analysts noted that while U.S. President Donald Trump is not deliberately trying to trigger a recession, certain actions by his administration, such as cutting federal jobs, reducing spending to balance a budget, could unintentionally lead to one. Macroeconomic uncertainty is the primary cause of the recent decline in the U.S. dollar as investors shift capital to better opportunities in Europe markets. They're doing quite well in comparison, and they seek an escape from the economic uncertainty currently plaguing the U.S. markets. Trade war fears drive the price of Bitcoin down. Yep, we know that. And there's a piece in here that said that it's now a 40% likelihood. Maybe that's it was on Kalshi. Anyway, 40% likelihood of a recession coming in 2025 is the level that they are at now. So let's talk about crisis. Okay, so if you guys have ever seen, matter of fact, let me find this picture here. I have a picture to show you guys, so I'm going to send this over to my computer real fast. There we go. Send that to my computer. Thanks. Appreciate you, sir. So this is the Chinese this is the Chinese lettering for what is crisis, right? And so let's bring this up here and show it to you. Let's go to here. Crisis. The Chinese word for crisis composed of two characters. One represents danger, the other opportunity in a crisis. Beware of danger, but recognize the opportunity. Okay. And so crisis is actually like Wei Zhan. Okay. Something like that. Wei Xi. I'm not sure. I don't speak Chinese. I got a friend who does, but I don't. So if I pull this up and I show you what ChatGPT has told me, let's go to ChatGPT because that's actually not a true statement. When you see that thing about crisis and opportunity, that's not actually what it means. It's a little bit different. So I guess I'll have to pull it up on my phone and we'll go from there. But I want to explain this to you guys what it actually means, and then I want to talk about the actual. All right, let me get rid of that. There we go. So here we go. Perfect. While it romantic to say that crisis means opportunity and danger, it doesn't actually mean that. It actually equals more along the lines of critical juncture. Opportunity is a pivot or a critical juncture. Okay. So when you see crisis, it does mean opportunity, right? There is opportunity there. But that is a loose translation of the word that they're actually using for that Chinese character. It's a pivot. It's a pivot or a and where an outcome can shift. Okay. And so if you think about a crisis, we're in a sell-off crisis, prices moving down. Yes, there's danger. That does mean danger. But that danger creates a pivot, a time of shift, right? And so that time of shift is your time to act. In the OODA loop, we're going to go into OODA loop. You guys are getting education today. There's a thing called the OODA loop. It's observe, orient, decide, and act, right? And so if like I threw a ball at OC, he would see the ball's trajectory flying through the air. He would observe it. He would orient, okay, its position, its declination, its angle, its speed. Where is he at? The time that he has to react, right? So observe, orient, decide. He decides, is he going to knock the ball out of the way? Is he going to catch the ball? Is he just going to, move out of the space, whatever? And then he has time to act. So in that cycle of OODA, right, created by Air Force Major John Boyd in the Korean War, he was a pilot, so the OODA loop, right? You have to see all of this stuff coming so that you can then be poised when this and this and this, you're doing your observe, orient, decide, right? You are seeing these indicators happening in the markets. You are positioning yourself with the most money possible. Then you get to decide, am I going to buy here or am I going to go in all in? Am I going to just dollar cost average, start my dollar cost average at that point? Am I going to buy at different support levels as they break it, whatever, right? And then you act. The point is that an action is faster than a reaction. And if you see this stuff coming and you position yourself for this stuff coming, that crisis does give you the opportunity when it does that time of shift, that reversal, that you can act by taking advantage of the danger that you saw coming has now become a profitable opportunity for you to move forward. So the OODA loop, guys, you observe, you orient, you get yourself positioned, you decide how you're going to react when it gets to those price levels, and then you guys get in on it by acting. An action is quicker than a reaction. And the problem is most people in the space are not paying attention to all the things they need to see in the markets. And so they are reacting to the markets instead of poisoning themselves for the crisis that may be coming. Let's go. All right, there it all is. You guys just got a breakdown of OODA loop cycles and all kinds of stuff. Welcome to the Piper Academy show, where you never know what the hell we're going to talk about. OC, let's go jump over and let's take a look. Bitcoin is right now breaking through some levels here that we were just talking about. I do think we're going to get to those levels. That's what I said. Here we go. And we're heading in there right now. That $90,000 range is going to be the top side look. I think 87 really probably is the level to watch. Is 88,000. That's going to be the level to watch, in my opinion. We do have a very strong predictive range here that's coming in right about $87,000. That's going to be a key level for us to break through. Of course, if we do break through it, guys, don't get all FOMO. It could be nothing more than a liquidity grab from this area before more downside. We want to see a break, retest, and then a bounce if we're going to get bullish there. OC, let's kick it over to you. See what you're seeing on some of the altcoins, and let's get into that.
Absolutely. Let's get started with my non-favorite altcoin, which is ETH. So we do have, finally, we do have an entry. So just for a quick reminder, this is where we left out on Friday. So Inception OC, basically going in here to our first liquidity area for a half of a position, right? And then I was telling you guys, if you really want to jump in here, be careful, use a stop loss and use half of a position. Or better yet, give it a time and then either average down your position, right, without moving your major stop loss, or just wait for the second entry right here. I told you guys I will be entering on my second entry here. So nonetheless, in the worst case scenario that you did not enter in this one, you enter on this one, and then you average down here. So you're already into a position and you are right now on profits, all right? So there we go. What is time to do right now? Since we did half and half, it is now time to move your stop to entry and take 50% out, all right? Why? Because we're bearish, guys. Yes, we're bouncing up, but we need to protect the value at this point, right? If we go back down here, remember, you are now, if you take profits now, right, 50% out, and you move your stop to entry, you're going to be having 50% and a little bit more added to your next position, right? So what are we going to be trying to do? Well, then, if we are piercing through, all right, if we're piercing through and then we're going for the retest, because right now, remember, we need to wait for the breakout retest, right? So now, by the breakout, there we go. This is our trend line. We're looking for the breakout. We are in resistance, all right? Breakout retest, where is going to be our next entry? Breakout retest somewhere around these areas. You'll have a better opportunity to average even more down, right? Your entry, we're still not going out of one single entry, all right? So that is what I'm going to be doing. In fact, I already have taken profits. As I told you guys from Friday, my entry was right here for one full entry, and I'm just at a stop to entry, taking profits and waiting for breakout retest. We have another one, an ongoing one, which is OM. We also have another alert somewhere around, there we go, 592. So right now we are barely on profits. What am I going to be taking profits? Right here at the retest. It's not about the breakout. It's about your retest. And then off we go. Remember, at this point, I'm going to be, as I close this candle, I'm going to be moving my stop to entry and then waiting for this to take TP number one, which is going to be 50% out on my side. Litecoin doing not good, but another one that is playing out perfectly, it was BNB. So BNB to the target. Look at that, man. I mean, couldn't have been perfect or better there. Yeah. Quick disclaimer, I did not cut it. Yes, man, I did not cut it. But, I mean, we cannot take them all. Sometimes it just was barely there. I just have barely enough time to execute the other ones. And this one, it just ran away out of my hands. It was today in the morning. So, other than that, this one is gone. I did not enter. Nonetheless, the analysis was almost to the point right here. If you enter, remember, move your stop to entry as soon as possible. Take TP number one. Are you TP number one taking profits, right? And remember, secure your profits, guys. Secure your profits. We are bearish. We are still bearish, all right? And finally, Atom. All right, Atom actually went lower of what I was expecting. I did not have an entry point until basically today in the morning. We have a double bottom. My entry is already gone on this exact candle, so I was not able to take this. But if you are planning to jump into Atom, wait for the retest. I believe that we're going to be having a rejection at that point, and that is because we have area of confluence. Look at that. We have dynamic reactor. We have a daily resistance. There we go. We have an order block, bearish order block, right? It's not that big, but we can still put on, which is gonna, sorry, it's gonna be making a rejection, which maybe we can put on here a higher low, right? If we do that higher low, this is gonna be your next bullish entry. So far, this for me is gonna be a short position. In fact, let me add right there a alert, and then of course add my short position setup here. I'm gonna be manually entering here a little bit above my alert zone. I'm gonna be trying to catch as better of a price action as I can. I'm looking at this area right here, and also I was looking at, there we go. Where are you? Oh, you're out of my. There we go. Add a little bit around this order block. So right here, I think this is a little bit too much. So that's why I'm looking in somewhere in between those two areas, somewhere around here for my stop loss. And then off we go. It's going to be TP number 1 here, TP number 2 right there. Remember, early profits might bring us an early action here. So let me just create this trend line, right? And this is going to be our TP1. All right, and TP2. Just making sure that we understand why are we taking this one a little bit above and not right to the double bottom area. So other than that, that's what I got on altcoins, Piper. Let me throw it back to you, my friend.
Awesome. Yeah, let's take a look here at a thread from your KBC letter that I was reading yesterday. I thought it was very interesting. There's some good stuff in here I want to go over with you guys. It's officially Reciprocal Tariff Week, aka Liberation Day, with 20% plus tariffs coming on for 25 plus countries. Now, I know Alex O this morning on his show was talking about a lot of this is already cooked in, and it is. As far as like what we know about the tariffs, that is cooked into the price. Shout out to FD White in the chat. Shout out to Mark Dutch in the chat. What's up, man? I appreciate everybody being here. But what's not in there is the unknowns, right? And so we have to operate with the unknowns and calculate those in too. Those become intel gaps. Intel gaps tell you what you don't know and what you need to know in order to make a better assessment. And we have to wait to see what happens on here on Liberation Day because it's not just the ones that we know about at this point. So President Trump has been discussing this Wednesday. We'll be discussing this Wednesday, April 2nd, for weeks. This is a day that he has named Liberation Day, where widespread new tariffs are coming. If you guys do not know, these are new tariffs that he may be announcing this week. So we believe April 2nd will be the biggest escalation of the trade war to date. Markets are in for a wild week. To be clear, this is the day when President Trump is announcing reciprocal tariffs. These will be new tariffs, guys, new tariffs on top of the already existing and announced tariffs. While markets view that as a day where uncertainty will subside, we believe the exact opposite will be the case. Currently, live U.S. tariffs include 25% on all aluminum and steel. Get back over there, sir. Thank you much. Good Lord. 25% on most Canadian goods, 10% on energy, 25% on all Mexican goods, 20% on many Chinese goods. The 25% auto tariffs and the 25% tariffs on countries purchasing Venezuelan oil will go live this week. On top of this, Canada has already announced reciprocal tariffs on $21 billion of U.S. goods. China has placed 10 to 15% tariffs on U.S. agricultural products, and the EU has vowed retaliatory tariffs as well. Mexico's president has already vowed to announce counter tariffs on April 3rd. So we're going to see new tariffs come in this week. The tariffs that we already have, yes, they go into effect starting April 2nd. But that's also Liberation Day, where there's going to be more tariffs announced. So those are the things that are not cooked into the market yet, guys. That's why I do think that it's going to be a brutal week, potentially, with all of the economic data that we have coming out on top of what we are seeing here on possible new tariffs coming in to the market. So a lot of people are thinking that what we're going to see this week is the tariffs take effect. It's not just that. We have new tariffs coming. New tariffs coming soon to a Bitcoin chart near you. So be aware, be prepared. Don't be scared. Be prepared. That's what we do here, right? Shout out to all of my preppers, my market preppers in here. I love you all. OC, did you talk about Ethereum on the charts? Did you?
Oh man, yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, we set up targets.
I just want to show you this headline because this is beautiful. I saw this morning. Ethereum price down almost 50% since Eric Trump add ETH endorsement when he said, "Hey, you guys need to add ETH to your wallets now." Ethereum native token Ether has almost lost half of its value 2 months after Eric Trump, son of Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, told his 5.7 million followers that it was a great time to add the biggest altcoin to their portfolio. Shout out to Eric Trump. I'm sure your dinners with your dad are very interesting. Dad, you screwed me and my 5.7 million followers. Thank you so much. So, R.S. Miller said tariffs equal a purple swan event. Yes. FT White. Yeah, I'm King Bear, bro. I am King Bear, if you do not know. Let me go over and find my post that I told you guys I was going to go over, and then we'll jump into a couple of more altcoins before we head out of here, OC. Let's go here. Let's go to home. Go to home. Go to home. Thank you. Thank you. And then go there. And then let's go check out this post that I did yesterday. I want to talk about it because not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There, no, it was the top one. There it is, right there. Yes, this is the post that I dropped here, guys. I said there is much speculation that current conditions are worse than what they were surrounding the 2008 Great Recession. S&P fell 50% in 2020. S&P fell about 35% approximately, while Bitcoin fell 63%. If Bitcoin is 2 times the dump of the S&P, and the S&P has a similar fall of 2008, Bitcoin would fall approximately 90+% from the all-time high. Just a thought. And then, of course, I get Crypto Princess. He said, "You little bear." And I said, "I go by the pronoun King Bear, sir, ma'am." So there you go. I am a bear. You are right, but I am King Bear because I have called a lot of things correct, and our community is prepared for it. So that's what we do here. I appreciate that. Yes, King Bear. There you go, FT White. Get it. Oh, see, what do you what do you want to go over? We got about, we'll say 8 minutes before we need to hop out of here because I need to get some stuff rolling for Crypto Princess, and you got to get to class. You have class, sir,
Absolutely.
at the academy. Let's go. OC, what do you got for us, man?
So let's take a look at a couple of other altcoins that we have in here. So just to go for a little bit of a ride, let's take a look at Link. Link is also dropping. I was expecting an early drop in here or a breakout retest. So we had the breakout retest for first taking action. Hopefully you guys took that trade. At this point, we're back at where the liquidity was residing. So let me just get rid of this, right? What's happening right now? Yes, we have the bounce of Bitcoin, right? So let's just hope for Bitcoin keep either ranging, right, or keep moving upwards. That's going to be cool or good for the altcoins. Nonetheless, I believe that we're putting here, or we already have put on a higher low. Is this your area for entry? I would say not, because I don't have a clean entry. Yes, I have sweep of the lows going up, but I don't have much of a trade setup other than this itty bitty trade night. I'd rather see a breakout retest my entry of I go here, right? Trying to be above the dynamic reactor, and then my re-entry here for then taking some profits. Just be careful with this one, because yes, we are into a range, or I believe that we could be into a range up in here, but but we could be breaking it down at any minute. I don't think that we're going to be breaking it down because we have a big order block in here and another one in here, which is smaller. But this is also magnetic. We already have gone all the way down here, and we are bouncing up on Bitcoin, which might mitigate how far we could be going on Chainlink. Let's take a look at Solana very quickly. Same story, right? The only difference in here is that we're making a range. So what are we going to be doing now that we are into a range in here? We have not yet broke through that range, and I believe that we're not going to, right? Nonetheless, be prepared for a possible sweep of the lows as we saw on Link. Should I be taking maybe the long if I say that we already have bottomed down? I would say no, but you can still take it. So why is it no? Because we are still bearish. We don't have a bullish confirmation just now, although it seems, but we have not yet have kind of like a V-shaped recovery. Seems like we're putting here another set of support. So, a higher low. We have one set of support, and let's see if we have something else. It seems like we do, right? And mostly bullish. So therefore, I think it would be a dangerous long, nonetheless a possible long. So what do we do when we are in risk? We do one half of an entry right there. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. Enter for, well, I'm going to be entering right now with half of an entry. My stop loss is going to be somewhere around 118. So other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Shout out to D Jenny from the blockchain. He said, I like to do little OODA loop, OODA loop. It's actually used in business, sports, all created from a pilot back in the Korean War. You should look it up. Look it up and think about how that affects your day to day, and then you will understand why an action is quicker than a reaction. So I actually did a bunch of research for it when I developed the active shooter response program for the Department of the Army. No joke. I'm the author of the Army's current plan for reacting to an active shooter. So there you go. Let's go talk about this real fast, and then we'll head out of here, OC. Excuse me, man, dry air of El Paso. I need to get out of the desert, guys. I need to move. Let's go check this out. This just came in from Investing Bird. They just dropped this here on X, so shout out to them. It says, just in, USDC issuer Circle has hired JP Morgan. Eric Wallen, if you're paying attention out there, listen, let's watch. Issuer has hired JP Morgan and Citi for its highly anticipated IPO. Public filing expected by late April. If you guys don't know what this is the thing I've been waiting for, and it looks like they just got some breaking news on this a couple of minutes ago. It is the IPO for Circle, which is the creator of USDC. They are going to be going public under an IPO. I am not going to buy it the day that it launches because typically IPOs do not do well. You get in really high and then it drops down and stables out to its normal level. But I am very bullish on this IPO for USDC for Circle because I do think that as we start to get into stablecoin regulation, the United States is going to weigh way heavier on a U.S.-based company that makes USDC over Tether. So I think this company's got a lot of business things coming up down the line. With the U.S. and federal government and a big player in a lot of the fintech, the financial technology sector adoption of blockchain. I think USDC is going to be the one they lean on for the stable coin and all of that. So, hey, guys, IPO, maybe coming in late April for Circle. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that one. We will talk about that maybe some more in the upcoming sessions inside of our Discord for our members. So I'm very excited about that. It's going to be awesome. Crypto Coin Mindset, getting ready to go live. Appreciate you, brother. I would be heading that way, but I've got to go do a live with Crypto Princess. So I'm sure you understand, man. OC, what do you got for the people on the way out, man? What's your thoughts on this Circle USDC IPO launch? And what do you got for the people for their day and the week ahead? What's your advice? We need the OC guidance, maybe a little bit of tinfoil hat guidance from you too. What do you got for us, man?
Absolutely. Guys, let's just get the bad vibes out of our brains. Wear a tinfoil hat. Also, quick reminder to click that like button. And once we're clear-minded, well, then let's remember that today, just like it's on Monday, right? So basically, it's just the beginning of the week that maybe you become rich on altcoins. But guys, I'm not telling you to buy or sell. I'm just saying that maybe this could be the days that you take that decision that gets you where you want to be. So be careful out there. Be patient, right? As Piper mentioned, see it coming, allocate yourself, and then prepare an action. And when there is time for that, well, then take that action. That will take you far, far longer. So other than that, guys, cheers. Hopefully you have a great Monday. Get yourself a good cup of coffee and then go kill it.
Awesome, guys. Remember, today, volatility. We're very likely going to see a lot of volatility today throughout the entire week. If you're going to set up them trades, use your risk management. You guys know how that goes. Does not look like Crypto Coin, doesn't look like Crypto Princess has uploaded her link yet, so may not be able to do that. Let's go see if I can redirect to Crypto Coin Mindset at least then, and we'll go over there, and then I'll be following me on X. I'll be dropping it very soon here as soon as I get that link for you guys to come join us over there for Crypto Princess's first live stream. I appreciate everyone that's here, guys. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. breaking everything down for you. Don't forget, we still got trading live with OC this evening. We still have markets after dark tomorrow morning. BC BTC Port Corp kicks it all off again with Good Morning Crypto, and we will see you at 10 a.m. for the first day of some economic data coming out early tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a crazy week. We're going to walk with you the entire way this whole week, guys. So make sure you join us here. Till then, trade safe, and as always, use some risk management. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll check you later. Peace.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, former Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Alexandra.